So Brad Holmes gets brutally honest about why the Detroit Lions traded David Montgomery. I mean, we all knew this, and I'm gonna just tell you this before we start reading this, because Ben Johnson left. Ben Johnson was the single reason why David Montgomery and him getting injured towards the end of the previous season, what was that, 2024, is why he got traded. But most people don't like it. When I'm out and about, when I hear people talking about the Lions, they don't like it. Brad Holmes gets brutally honest about why the Lions traded David Montgomery. Okay, so let's get to it. He says, look, it was evident that there was less touches that he had. It's not just him; it's how Jameer Gibbs had extended. Me and David's agent and David, we all really had a healthy dialogue. We just thought it was best for all parties. Holmes said it was right after the end of the season. Like, hey, let's just see if we can get the proper return. I told his agent, I was like, look, this guy's a good player, man. We're just not giving him away. We were happy with the return we got, and I like the return that they got. It's gonna not it's that's gonna be not only a loss of just a player, but he was such an impact in the locker room from a leadership standpoint and culture. And flat out, when Ben Johnson left and he got injured, that was a wrap. They didn't know how to implement both of them together. Ben Johnson was the only head coach in the National Football League who had two rushers, I think 750 yards apiece. So they didn't even know how to use, they didn't even know that was his biggest impact was, you know, they didn't even know how to use the two back system. That's the first thing he brought into Chicago was the two back system and physically how physical they was. He took his physical identity in the run game with him. And people blame that on Ragnar, but that had a lot to do with him and Ragnar. And he took his two back system with him. So, I mean, Dave Montgomery is the one who really, really suffered. People thought it was going to be Jared Goff, but Dave Montgomery was the guy who really, really suffered when they moved on from Ben Johnson. This ain't no mystery. He really, really suffered, you know? And, I mean, we knew this. And when the head coach is calling the plays, right? When the head coach is calling the plays, and he's still not giving you the ball. How many times we see on third and short or fourth and short, they give it to Jameer Gibbs and get stuffed? How many times do we see that movie over? They refuse to give it to David Montgomery. Are we gonna get you involved? And then when the head coach is calling the plays and your touches go down even worse, yeah, it was time to go. It was time to go. It was time to go. But in my humble opinion, they could have made it work, bro. He was supposed to keep Jameer Gibbs fresh, and Jameer Gibbs really started to taper down towards the end of the season with the offensive line issues. And we were talking about, we like, yo, they should put David Montgomery in these situations because he can run the inside a little bit. But the Lions are just always going to be idiots. Until the ownership change, it's just always going to be stupid shit like this. They're going to pay. They're going to get rid of David Montgomery. They're going to give Jameer Gibbs a premature extension, which I'm not mad about. He's going to get injured or fall off a cliff. I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm telling you, if they pay him, go to Vegas and double down on it, triple down on it, quintuple it down on it. Listen to the kid. I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen. They had something that worked between Montgomery and Gibbs. They was cool with it. And then they just didn't get the right guy to keep it moving. I felt that John Morton was doing a better job of keeping them both involved than Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell kicked that motherfucker to the curb. John Morton, he was running in that Baltimore game. But I continue to tell y'all, man, this organization is never going to change until the ownership change. That's the curse right there. The Fords having this club, that's the curse. That's the curse. You know how bad it is when people in your own city don't kiss your ass. No media outlet kisses the Ford's ass. You want to get the most objective media probably amongst America, you go to Cleveland, you go to Detroit. Nobody here kisses the Lions ass. The Lions, you're gonna get the most objective media you gonna get in sports. There's very little bias unless they're hired by the Detroit Lions. Didn't the dude who used to write for the Lions, didn't he started his own shit? Dave Burkett? I forget the dude's name. He started his own shit. Nobody has loyalty to the Detroit Lions, bro. I'm telling you that right now. No medium, man. If somebody gonna keep it real with you, they gonna keep it all the way real with you about the Detroit Lions, bro. All the way funky with you. That's how bad the ownership is. That's how bad it is. So, I mean, I'm glad, happy he gone. He wanted to be gone. He played the role too. He played the role. He played the role. He knew what was going on, and that's why you. That's why you heard. That's why you heard. You know, Brad Holmes clarify what he said. He said, "In the season, we told the motherfuckers they was leaving." And you can't knock David Montgomery because he wants to play. You 28, 29 years old. Your golden years are starting to kind of end. You want to play football. And when the head coach has got the playbook and promise you something that don't keep your promise, it's time to go. It's time to go. Y'all had a lot to do with Jameer. Jameer was doing good. Why David Montgomery was doing good? The Lions ain't gonna never ever get it. I keep telling y'all that. The Lions is never going to click. No matter how much y'all want it to click, it's never going to click with the Detroit Lions. I promise you. As long as the force on them, there will still be this will still always be a thing. I promise you. I promise you. You know, I hope he ball out too, but he's right. He's a man, you know, and he got goals. He's got goals. He's got goals, man. Like we all do. He want to get another contract. He do. It's a crazy world we live in, y'all. It's a real crazy world we live in. But yeah, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.